In 1979, Howard Rosenstein had a dive school near Sharm el-Sheikh, and he was taking divers to a newly discovered shipwreck to the west of Ras Mohammed. Dozens of artifacts had been recovered from the wreck, but no one knew her name. Then the BBC sent a team to Egypt to make a documentary, and also put 2 researchers to work at home. Using an approximate date based on bottles and china found on the wreck, the researchers trawled through the National Archives until eventually they found a Newcastle chronicle that gave a name, Dunraven, and her story. Dunraven was an iron-built sail and screw steamer, with holds fore and aft, masts and sails, and a central compound steam engine. She was built in the Mitchell Yard at Hebburn-on-the-Tyne in 1873. 269 feet long, 1,600 tons, she carried cargoes between England and India using the newly opened Suez Canal. On the 24th of April 1876, Dunraven, under Captain Edward Richards Kerr, was returning from India and steaming north up the Red Sea on engines alone. After identifying land ahead as Shadwan Island, and an hour or 2 later a bright fixed light to port as the Ashrafi beacon, Captain Kerr went below for a short rest. He was called back to the bridge sometime later when land was seen directly ahead. And then the second mate saw a buoy in the water, or a boat, or something anyway. Kerr ordered Dunraven's engines put astern, but it was too late, and she struck at 0350 hours on the 25th of April. It was only when local fishermen rescued the crew of the stranded vessel that they discovered they were at Beacon Rock, part of the fringing reef chain west of the Sinai Peninsula. Dunraven sat on the reef for some time, until finally she sank, parallel to the reef, largely intact, but upside down, where she rests today. Dive boats often moor directly over the wreck, so you can simply stride in. Or you may moor in the shelter of the reef, which will mean a short Zodiac ride. You'll only see the wreck when you're a few metres below the surface. Start your dive by following the upturned hull to the stern. Where you'll find the prop and rudder. Swim out from the wreck onto the seabed and you'll come to the remains of the aftermast crow's nest. Cross back to the wreck. Swim under the stern. And you'll be inside. A torch is useful in here, but it's not absolutely essential, and there's plenty of room to follow the prop shaft forward to her compound steam engine, now upside down but still largely intact. Ahead of the engine are her 2 boilers. You can pass to the left or go between them. The forward part of the stern is often full of swirling shoals of glassfish. And as you leave the stern section, go to your left to the seabed and you'll find all that's left of her funnel. Carry on forward to the bow. It can be penetrated, but it's a broken mass of metal. When you're ready, leave the wreck and cross to the reef. It's only a few meters. Then get shallow. All the light and colour is in the top 10 meters. The current here can run either way, but usually there's no current at all, so you can simply enjoy the dive. If your dive boat is moored in the shelter of the reef, keep the reef to your left, and it'll take you 20 to 30 minutes to get all the way back. Or you could just pop up your DSMB and get a Zodiac.